Oh, I spilled tea all over myself. Hello there, it's Samantha. So as you may or may not know, Valentine's Day is next week, the holiday which celebrates love and couples and relationships and all that great stuff, but in reality it's just a money grab from the card companies. I have never celebrated Valentine's Day with another person because I've been single my entire life. But that is not why I hate Valentine's Day. I'm not bitter about being single. I'm so happy being single right now. I don't want anything tying me down because I'm young and I've got lots of things to do in my life, including a year abroad starting in August. So I don't want to be tied down to someone here in the UK when I'm all the way over in Mexico, because that's just long distance doesn't normally work out and I don't want to put that stress on myself. So I'm quite happy being single at the moment. Don't get me wrong, there are times when I'm lonely, but overall I'm quite happy being single. I'm a very independent person, so I don't really need another person in my life like that. I'm not saying I want to be single forever, I don't. It's been a long time that I have been single, but today I'm going to be doing the anti-Valentine's Day book tag. Not because I hate love and relationships and people who are in relationships. I'm so happy for people who have found someone they're happy with, but I do hate Valentine's Day. I think it's a stupid holiday. It often makes people who are single upset, and I think that's so stupid because, you know, I think holidays shouldn't make people upset. I wanted to do a video that was Valentine's Day themed because I never really do videos relating to certain events or whatever because I don't know, I'm just not prepared enough. But this year I was like, I want to do that. I want to do something Valentine's related, but I didn't like the questions for the Valentine's book tag. It was all about romance books, and I don't really read that much romance. I more read books that have romance elements in them but aren't exclusively romance. I looked at the questions for this and I thought that I would be better answering these questions. Also, I just don't like Valentine's Day, so I don't want to be like, oh yeah, Valentine's Day is great, because I hate it. By the way, this tag was created by Isabel and Books. I was not tagged by anyone. I just saw this and thought I wanted to do it. The first question is hating on all romantic stuff. Pick a no romance or light romance book. For this one I'm gonna go for a duology, which I don't talk about frequently on my channel, which sucks because I absolutely love this duology. It's by one of my favorite authors. That book is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I absolutely love Victoria Schwab's writing and I absolutely adored this duology. It is so interesting. It has a very small amount of romance in it, minuscule, and it only really manifests in the second book, I think. But this book follows two characters, Kate and August, in this world where monsters exist, and it basically all takes place in this one city. Half of the city is run by monsters and the other half is run by humans, and August is a monster who wants to be a human, and Kate is a human who wants to be very fierce and kind of more like a monster in some ways because her dad is in charge of running the monster side of the city and she will inherit that responsibility, so she wants to prove that she is, you know, strong enough to do that. And August wants nothing more than to be a human. He hates being a monster. It's really interesting, and August and Kate meet and become friends. I flew through both the books and I would definitely recommend them. The second question is throwing ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend memorabilia into the bonfire. Which book would you throw in the fire? For this one, I'm gonna go for Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I hated this book. I thought it was one of the worst things I've ever read. I don't understand the hype surrounding it. It was just absolute shit. No offense if it's your favorite book, it's just not mine, and we're completely allowed to have separate opinions, so I'm sorry if it's your favorite, but you probably hate one of my favorite books and that's fine. But yeah, I thought it was absolute trash and I don't want it to exist anymore because people just always go on about how great it is and I just don't understand where they're coming from. As I said, I'm sure people feel the same way about some of the books that I love, so yeah, it's fine. The third question is bashing all the rom-com movies. I would not do that. I love rom-coms, but okay. Trashy books you just love to hate. I don't really understand the question. I think it's more like guilty pleasure kind of reads. I'm not really sure. A book that you know is trash, but you still love it. That's how I'm interpreting the question. So I'm gonna go for the Luck series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This series is absolute trash, 100% trash, but it is so much fun. If you don't know what it's about this girl called Katie who moves into a new neighborhood and she meets her next door neighbor, Damon and Dee. They're twins, I think, or brother and sister, whatever. And she very quickly learns that they are in fact aliens. They're this species of alien called Luxon, and yeah, she meets them. Romance happens and craziness happens. There's all sorts of government conspiracies going on about the Luxon. It's just so trashy but so much fun. It's such a quick read. Question number 4 is single and loving it. A book or series you broke up with. I can't think of any off the top of my head that I just am not gonna finish, but I did actually make a whole video about series that I'm not gonna finish. So if you want to find out more, I will link that video down below. though I literally can't think of any at all. So I'll link that down below. Question number 5 is I'm my own Valentine. Favorite independent woman character. For this one, I'm gonna have to go for like an old school but a classic answer. I'm going for Katniss Everdeen from The Hunger Games. Katniss was such a badass, such an independent lady, and she did not need no man. I know that there's kind of a love triangle situation in The Hunger Games, but literally the whole time I was just kind of like, I just want Katniss to be her, like, by herself, because she was so independent and strong, and I feel like she didn't need anyone in her life. Not that people who are in relationships need to be in a relationship, that's not what I'm trying to say, but just like I feel like she worked well just by herself. I do think the relationship wasn't 100% necessary, but yeah, I think that she was really strong and independent, and I loved Katniss so much, and I really need to reread The Hunger Games because I haven't reread it since the first time I read it, so I'm like, and that was back in like 2013 or 14 or something. It was a really long time ago. Question number 6 is romantic love is not the only kind of love. Favorite book friendships. For this one, I'm gonna have to go for such an obvious answer, but it's just the best example of great friendships. And that's gonna be Harry Potter. Harry, Ron, and Hermione. I just love their friendship so much. I think it was just kind of like probably one of the first examples I read of like book friendship, and I just love it so much. I just get so emotional all the time whenever I read Harry Potter because it's just like I just love them so much, and I love their friendship dynamic. It's just, oh, it's just wonderful. So yeah, Harry Potter for sure. Question number 7 is eat all the chocolate and ice cream and candy and pizza. The best comfort reads. For this one, my obvious answer again would be Harry Potter because I find it personally to be very comforting. I also really like the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series. I read that trilogy twice and I adore it. I also love the movie so much. I've watched the movie 5 times. I really love it. Definitely Harry Potter and To All the Boys. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. How could I just forget that? Oh my god. Okay, City of Bones. The Mortal Instruments. Like seriously, I love the Mortal Instruments. That one also applies for the friendship question. I love the friendships in the Mortal Instruments. I think that, like, scratch the Harry Potter answer. Everyone knows I love Harry Potter. We're gonna go for the Mortal Instruments. I love the friendships in the Mortal Instruments, and I also find the Mortal Instruments to be quite a comforting read. It was one of the first series where I like binge read it, and I read every single book, and I actually finished the series in a really short amount of time. And it was one of the first ones where I actually had to wait for the last book to come out. Also, I read it because one of my best friends suggested it to me. We were like both waiting for the last book at the same time, so that was really cool. And question number 8 is invite people to your anti-Valentine bash. Tag people. I don't actually know who has already done this tag because it did come out last year, I think, and I don't really know who else hates Valentine's Day, so I'm not going to be tagging anyone. But if you want to do this tag, please feel free to do it and say that I tagged you. Please share some of your answers down below. I would love to know. And let me know how you feel about Valentine's Day. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's a waste of time and money and effort? Because I do. But yeah, I hope you have an alright Valentine's Day. I hope it's not too bad, and I hope if you are a fan that you have a great Valentine's Day. That is all that I have for today's video, so I hope you liked it. If you did, please give a thumbs up. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe down below, and I will see you next Friday with another video. Bye!